Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you present here today. It is my immense pleasure to welcome you all to this very special talk session on account of our institution's Founders Day, that is the birth anniversary of Shri Gyanchandji Raisoni Sir. In today's session, we celebrate and delve into the illustrious life and journey of one of the most versatile and acclaimed actresses of our time, Ms. Divya Dutta ma'am. Today, we're here for a very inspiring session as we get to hear firsthand about her incredible journey and achievements in the world of films. This session is brought to you by the SGR Knowledge Foundation as part of the Raisoni Foundation. It is a Section 8 company established in the year 2008. It started its journey in taking small yet significant steps towards sustainable development of the society while strengthening the socio-cultural environment. It aims to promote literature and words of wisdom in the mainstream. It also seeks to promote the concept of knowledge, which takes place and has shaped the Literature Festival since December 2019. This manifested as the Orange City Literature Festival. The 5th edition was conducted in November 2023, and we are now gearing up for the 6th edition, which will be held in November 2024. This session of knowledge series is a part of the Orange City Literature Festival, and since its first session in 2018, today's session is the 74th session of this series. I'd now like to welcome our chief guests, Divya Dutta ma'am and Madhavi Naidu ma'am, to the stage. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our star guest, Ms. Divya Dutta ma'am, who is a national award-winning actor, author, and poet celebrated for her versatility in the Indian film industry. With a prolific career spanning over 100 feature films in Hindi and Punjabi cinema, some of her most notable works include Veer Zara, Bhag Milka Bhag, Delhi 6, Badlapur, Stanley Ka Dabba, Manto, Dhakar, Music Teacher, and Sharma Ji Ki Beti, to name a few. In addition to her acting prowess, Divya ma'am has ventured into poetry with her much appreciated poem Jab Sab Theek Hoga Na, which she penned down during the pandemic. Her memoir, Me and Ma, published in 2017, was one of the most talked about books of that year. She followed it up with her second book, The Stars in My Sky, published in 2021. She has also appeared in various acclaimed short films like Sheer Kodma, Sleeping Partner, The Relationship Manager, and Plus Minus, amongst many others. Looking ahead, Divya ma'am has an exceptional lineup of feature films, web shows, and short films, including Banish Bandits 2, 5323, and Chava, to name a few. Ma'am, we are truly honored to have you with us here today, and we're eagerly looking forward to hearing about your incredible journey. I request our chairman, Sunil Raisoni sir, to felicitate Divya ma'am. Thank you, sir. Next, I have the pleasure of introducing the moderator for today's session, Ms. Madhavi Naidu ma'am. Madhavi ma'am has done her master's in English and has a diploma in advertising, but she chose to follow her passion instead. She's a professional artist and has sold over 300 pieces of artwork over 15 years of her career. She mainly works with canvas and ceramic. She truly is a connoisseur of creativity, having dedicated her life to creating beautiful pieces of art that have adorned the homes of many in India and many across the globe. She also gives guest lectures on art and literature-related topics and enjoys participating in literary fests. Her unique perspective and artistic background make her the perfect moderator for today's insightful session. I request Palak Raisoni ma'am to felicitate Madhavi ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure that we all are eagerly waiting to hear from our esteemed guests, so without further ado, I'd like to hand over the stage to Madhavi ma'am and Divya ma'am to proceed with the session. Thank you.
Divya Dutta's book, The Stars in My Sky, is a heartwarming journey through her Bollywood career. It's filled with anecdotes about the legendary actors and directors she's worked with. From Amitabh Bachchan to Shah Rukh Khan, from Yash Chopra to Shyam Benegal. She talks about the things she's learned from them, both on and off screen. The book is full of laughter, tears, and insight into the world of Indian cinema. We are so happy to have you here. May I call you just Divya? So, to begin with, because it's a literary fest, how did writing start? You've written for the Tribune and also Hindustan Times, and then how did it go on to writing books?
First of all, thank you so much for moderating my session today. And a very good evening, Nagpur and Raisoni Foundation. And, thank you for having me here. And Palak, it's been a pleasure, especially with a wide-eyed excitement. Special thank you also to Mrinal for consistently asking me to be here, and I'm so grateful that we could actually make it happen. I'm glad because this audience was really all smiles and they're all. It's nice. सबके ऐसे रूबरू होना और सब आपके इतने excitement से सुनने आए हैं. So, well, how did I start my writing career? I think from सबकी शुरुआत बचपन में ही हो जाती है, whatever you want to do, and you are an artist yourself. So, I guess when I was in school, we all used to have those school magazines, and the teachers always. I used to love writing stories, and would sometimes ask my mother, "Just see, I've written this. Just look over if it is all right." And so she would just look and say, "It seems really interesting." And I come from a family of doctors, so it became a norm that all the teachers would say, "वो जो उस वाली class की बच्ची है ना, उसने एक story ज़रूर ले लेना." So it became a thing that Avish writes, and and after that I started when I came into the movies. I started writing for you, and वो मैं randomly ऐसे लिखती थी कि जब whenever I had time I would write a thing about maybe I met these lovely people today as me. This is Raisoni. Well, so anything that would touch me about somebody, I would write about that. And sometimes if I got busy, I would say, "अच्छा मैं नहीं भेज रही." And I used to get calls from the editors, "Please ऐसे मत करो, mails आ रही हैं कि वो लिखिए."
So it wasn't a regular column.
It became a regular column. I was writing very random. I am a very random person. So this is nothing. What do you say? I don't ever follow a rule. Just let it be soon. so yeah. But it became like a popular column, and the connect that you had, I had during this. So then when I was very connected to my mother as well, and I had lost my father very early in life. So there was a fear that I don't want to ever lose my mother, because she had been a very intrinsic part of my life, and the reason I could actually accomplish my dreams of becoming an actor. Because होता है सबको कि जब आप फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में होना चाहते हैं, I actually complete 30 years this year. So I was all of 17 when I joined it. So जब आप 17 साल के हैं तो everyone thinks कि बच्ची है, इसको क्या पता? She wants to be a heroine, she wants to be an actor, may not be a correct decision.
And was that easy for us to get into acting, to think of being an actor?
Thinking में कोई tax नहीं लगता है, thinking तो मेरी अपनी. And I had there was a talent hunt that happened, and I asked my younger brother to take a few pictures, and it was a secret amongst the siblings, and we sent those pictures. Were wonderful pictures. I posted anywhere and everywhere, but it was my dream. और मैं जब पढ़ती थी तो मेरी कमरे में I would say I'm the best actor.
There I would like to ask one more bhai, na? Salman bhai also took some pictures of yours.
Yeah, like first I'll complete this first. So I'm sorry, I totally forgot where I was.
You were talking about
the talent. I was saying even in the room when I used to be standing, it would be I would always keep saying I'm the best actor of all of us two together. Divya works opposite so and so and so and so. So there was this excitement about being in the industry. How I would do it, I didn't know. And it was my mother who held my hand, and she, when I told her, and I got selected with those pictures, And when I went up to my mother and said, Mama, I've been selected and I have to go to Mumbai, she just looked at me, and I was preparing for my exams, for my literature exams. And I was in this second year or first year. So she just looked at me and she said, Are you sure? And I said, that moment I realized there was nothing more that I wanted in life than being an actor. And there's nothing else, just this. And she said, okay, but you promise me to just that. And then on that thing had started. So I'll come back to the question, sorry, I asked earlier about writing. So I wanted to celebrate a parent, a mother, who actually gave me wings to fly, who actually said, come what may, I'm not judging you. तुम कुछ बहुत बड़ी बनोगी, बहुत अच्छी बात नहीं बनोगी, तो you can always come back. So when a parent has so much trust on you, you know somewhere you don't want to go wrong. So when she left, I wanted to write this book on her, celebrating a beautiful mother, celebrating a best friend, and that's how me and Ma happened. And the connect I got with the audience, I remember once with the readers, I was at the airport and this girl came and hugged me tight and started crying. And she said, thank you. And I said, maybe it's one of the performances. But she said, no, it is, you wrote this book, me and Ma. And every time my mother calls, I said, Mama, rakho na phone hai. Rakho na, main karti hu baad mein phone. She said, I just stopped, I read the book. I went back to my mother and said, Mom, I love you, I'm sorry. So I think कहीं ना कहीं वो connect हम खो देते हैं. I wanted that connect back as much as I could do, and my I think way of expressing was the book. So it did exceptionally well, and it has its Hindi version as well. And then my second book, thankfully, everyone didn't think I was a one book wonder. So I was asked, "Agli book kaun si hai?" And it became a memoir on my journey in the movies about people I met, and it somehow became a book of gratitude, where there's a chapter, as you said, there are various chapters of various people, and how they kind of impacted my life. So yeah, I think that's been the journey of meaning writing.
When it comes to me and Mom, like we understand most mothers have this influence on their children. They are this backbone and support and all that. How did you influence your mother? Was there something like that?
I wish she was around for me to ask her that. I don't think so. It was, I was totally in awe of my mother. I had seen her. She was like a government, she was a civil surgeon, and during the insurgency as well. And I have seen her stand like one Iron Woman alone around on the men. And I remember hiding behind her dupatta every time, thinking, is she going to be okay? And that's all I could do. But she was also a child woman. And I think when I look back in my roles in different ways, I remember she was a poetess too. She used to write, but तो जब मैं एक्ट्रेस बनी तो उनकी किताब हमने we got it published. It is called तन्हाइयाँ and one is called कतरा कतरा ज़िंदगी. So she used to express herself through the books, but it never came बताती नहीं थी कुछ भी. Companionship के नाम पे सिर्फ मैं और मेरा भाई थे, and that's it. In a small town, I guess you don't really get those friends. So I had looked up to her. In fact, she used to perform on these Purana movie songs, and used to get these tomatoes and used to throw, and I say, "Ye kya kar rahe ho, mama?" And it was a fun thing. And I remember when I did Train to Pakistan, I copied her to the T. Absolutely the way she was. When I did Kippy, I didn't know I was doing what my mother does. So you don't know where you pick up what, but I think my mother has been a total role model for me.
So, do you think life has come a full circle for you? Like Train to Pakistan, Veer Zara, and then Bhag Milka Bhag all have this underlying theme of partition.
I didn't think of that, yes.
And your mom is basically, come to India because of the partition. Mother, your grandmother.
I guess
So
we
let's
all
come
are from like our sabki nana nani dada dadi kahin na kahin they've been affected by partition or come from the other side. And so I remember I was doing this film called Shahid-e used to call me Gudiya. I was Chotu, 17, 18 only. And he said, Gudiya, it seemed थोड़ा serious है, glistening मेरे आँखों में. And I would be like, oh, that's okay, I will do it. And I was playing with a little child. And he said, no, the scene is you've been taken away in the truck and away from your child. The child is being snatched from you. I said, yeah, that's okay. But I had heard stories about partition. They were a part of my subconscious. And when he said action, I was holding the child and I had put glycerine. I was laughing. I don't know what happened. But when I said, let me be with my child, and I started howling, something happened and I forgot where my dupatta went. They just took me through the rough roads in the villages. तो वो मट्टी वाले वहाँ से घसीट के लेके जा रहे थे. And I was unaware because all I could think was there's a child and I'm being taken away from him. And when they threw me in the truck, the director called a cut. And I didn't realize what I was doing, but I was howling. I howled. And after that, I went and hugged my mom and said, Mom, I keep making fun of you. But I realized what partition has done to all of us.
And when it comes to these kind of roles that you've played, so do you now get your inspiration from this, like when you played in Veer Zara, suppose? Any of these memories, any of your mother's experiences also, have you used in that, where the language is concerned, how you talk, how you behave?
Where I instill anything I wouldn't know, but something or the other in the subconscious always comes to my mind. Like when I did Bhag Milka, how many of you have seen Bhag Milka? So you remember that scene where he puts the blazer on me, and we were told, I was told by Rakesh Mehra, the director, that this is the scene, but give it your own ending. So we were like, okay, and we did the scene and we felt it's happening nicely, and the take is on. And then I hugged for her. And I said, this is a very cliche end, you see. And I'm thinking, while the take is on, this is the take is on. So I'm like, don't we all end a scene with just a hug and you cut it? I want to do something different. And I'm thinking to myself. And my subconscious went to a scene we had shot 3 months prior, where the father had saluted the Chota Milka. We had already shot it. And I don't know where it came from. So I just got out of the embrace and I saluted for her, Milka saying rather. And everyone was surprised कि ये कहाँ से आया? We didn't tell her this. And I was very surprised कि ये कहाँ से आया? मैंने तो नहीं सोचा था. But this is the magic of, I guess, your set, your subconscious of the character you're playing, the alertness you have there, the power of your costumes. I remember I went in jeans and I was trying to do something, it didn't work. And my director really nicely said, can you please go and wear your costume, change into your costume? I said, that's okay, sir. Very comfortable. He says, no, it's not about your comfort. Please go and come in that salon. I went, my body language changed. So these magical things happen on the set, and for them, I am not prepared. I'm very open to them. What comes my way, I'd love to grasp that, but I would not probably be prepared too much.
So have you learned this art of improvisation, like with some kind of an incident in your life, or was it always there?
I guess with experiences, you get to know what you really enjoy and what you don't. My first film with Irfan Khan, and how many of you really love Irfan Khan? All of us. I'm just asking all giving questions. So my first, and I was truly very, very excited about working with the Irfan. And he had a very mischievous look in his eyes. So I was playing a Marathi woman who he's playing a friend, and he comes to the house and he's drinking with my husband, and I have to chuck him out of the room. So, and he has a glass, and I snatch the glass away from him. So this is the rehearsal that has happened. He didn't rehearse. He said, "तुम ऐसे करोगे तो मैं ऐसे करूँगा," and I loved it. And I didn't want to rehearse. I said, "ठीक है, फिर आप ऐसे करना, मैं glass छीन लूँगी आपसे." ये हमारी conversation थी. Take के लिए action बोला director ने. And I saw that mischievous glint come back in his eyes. Like So I was very new. So I tried snatching the glass from him. He would not leave it. And in the shot, I'm like looking at him, chhod do. And he's not leaving. I was so frustrated. I had two choices. Either I say, sir, cut, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है, ये glass नहीं छोड़ रहे, or I go with it. I decided to do the latter. I went with it. And I snatched it from him, and in that anger, I don't know what all I said to him. वो dialogues में था भी नहीं. And जैसे ही cut हुआ, everyone started laughing. And Irfan said, बात है. So I was like, and I started enjoying improvisations. And you don't know what magic will come out of the lines that have been written. You have to just go above those and add something of your own. I think that's really fun.
So another influence, a major influence, which is you've written in your book, is Amitabh Bachchan.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So can you tell us a bit about how he influenced you, how you got this inspiration of acting because of him, right? So how did it all start?
It's very strange. I was all of 4 and I was watching this Khai Ke Paan Banaras Wala, and I would tear my mother's dupattas and I would wear her lipstick because we were not allowed to have paan, too chota. And I would dance on the song, and I would invite my neighborhood friends to come and watch me perform. There was some high in getting an audience. And I said, तब उस वक्त तो कोई जानता नहीं था ऐसे, so I said, सुनो आओगे तो समोसे भी खिलाऊंगी और गुलाब जामुन भी दूंगी, right? और अगर बहुत जोर से ताली बजाओगे तो रूह अफ़ज़ा भी पिलाऊंगी. So पूरे सब बच्चे आ जाते थे. और I used to enjoy that, and I was mesmerized with this tall man up on the screen, and I said, I want to belong here. Absolutely, I didn't know how, but I did. So years later, when I did get selected, he was the first one who came to meet us, the students. And when बहुत फट से एकदम time पे best तैयार तो सारी रात सोई भी नहीं कि अमिताभ बच्चन आ रहे हैं हमसे मिलने. तो 11:30 का time था, वो 11:15 आ गए. And सब मेरे friends ने उनसे बात की. So this happens. Lots of questions, and they were curious children, young people. So I was just looking at him. I said, he's the one. He's the one. Is he already here? I was pinching myself. And he just looked at me. He was very amused. ये तो बात ही नहीं कर रही है. And when he left, everyone made fun of me. They said, तुम सबसे excited थी और तुमने बिल्कुल बात नहीं की. And one word came. I said, मैं जब काम पे मिलूंगी ना तब खूब सारी गप्पे मारूंगी.
Was this at the workshop or the Stardust Talent?
This was the Stardust Talent Hunt. He had come to just give us some encouragement, and very sweet of him to do that. And then I met him on the sets of a film with the role that I detest that I did, because I was horrible to Mr. Bachchan in that, Bagban. And but I was very excited about doing that film. And every morning I would go and say, "Good morning, sir," and I would mouth those nasty lines to him. निकल जाओ हमारे घर से, और ये मेरी कुर्सी है, हटो यहाँ से. And 4-5 दिन शूट के हुए तो मैं घर जाके ना रोने लगे. So my mother said, क्या हुआ? शूट नहीं अच्छा? I said, शूट तो बहुत अच्छा, but something's feeling horrible. So I couldn't pinpoint what that was. And the next morning I went, and my good morning had totally dipped. So I said, good morning, sir. And it was like, again, I have to do the. So he was very sensitive about it, and he said, come here. So I just went to him, like very sheepishly. He said, "तुमको पता है you're not behaving well with me in this film." And I was very defensive. I said, "No, sir, I'm just mouthing my lines. These are dialogues I'm giving." And I realized, and he was smiling. So without really saying much, he made me realize this is just a role. Don't take it home with you. Don't be so serious about it. He treated me with गच्चक मंगाई थी उन्होंने इलाहाबाद से, और बोले ये गच्चक खाओ, और अगर ज़्यादा मेरे साथ बुरा करोगी ना तो मेरे फैंस छोड़ेंगे नहीं तुम्हें. I was laughing about it. So as a teenager, you have seen someone really take you under their wings, make you feel comfortable, being sensitive enough to see that I was troubled. I never forgot that in my life. For me, Mr. Bachchan was here. Many more reasons to feel what a man. And when I wrote my book, Me and Ma, my brother said, "Kisko bulana chahti ho for the inauguration?" The foreword was written by Shabana Azmi, another of my huge favorite people, and she had written the foreword. And I said, "Yaar, mera busted hai na, I will call Mr. Bachchan." So he said, go message him. I said, what if he says no? So he said, at least you would have tried. And I prayed, I did all the pranayama I could. I messaged him. And all day I was looking at the phone. Message aayega, nahi aayega. Very irritated through the day. Dekha maine bola tha na, and thinking all 50,000 thoughts that would come. And in the evening, it beeped and it said, tell me where and when, and I'll be there. So again, he was there. 7:30 was the time. He was there at 7:15, and he said, "Batao kya karna hai." For me, that day, my life completed like a full circle, and I did feel dreams to come true. And you just have to think of them, feel them with all your passion, and the universe conspires. And that's what Mr. Bachchan did for me through this journey.
It also taught you to take chances, right?
Absolutely.
So, what's the biggest chance that you took and your dream role? Among all the movies that you've done, what has been the closest to your heart?
So I think the universe taught me something कि जो तुम्हें लग रहा है कि I said I want to be an actor and I want to be a bloody good actor and I want to be known and loved like how, and I want to be a Yash Chopra heroine. So Yash Chopra and the chapters in the book as well called me for Veer Zara, and I thought ये थोड़ा late आया but हो गया है. मैं Veer Zara में मतलब I will be wearing those chiffon sarees and dancing in the Alps and all the Chandanis and all those the films just came around, and then Aditya Chopra and Yash Chopra was sitting in front of me and they narrated me Veer Zara, and they said तो इस फिल्म में शाहरुख खान है, it's very good, and then this way Rani Mukherjee has said okay, so they said Preeti Zinta है जो Zara बनी है drop. Mr. Bachchan has said okay, great, and Himaji है. I said मैं क्या कर रही हूँ इसमें? So they said you playing Chapo, the friend, and I dropped. I was like, if I play a friend in a Yash Chopra film, I am marked for life. Everyone's going to come to me with friend roles. And I think Aditya just read my face and he said, if anyone could have done it, we would have called you. You'll be remembered for this role, and mark my words for this. The way he said it, and that time I was stuck with all these multi-starers जहाँ सब कहते थे 2 songs and 5 dialogues in the film. I said, "Ye thodi," but I loved it. I loved my dances. I loved my rain dances. I loved the tak-taks. But I wanted to do more. And so I said, I want to do something more substantial where people know that I act. And I went to my mother. I said, but mujhe ye chapeau karna chahiye. So she said, look, I'm not a producer. I'm not producing a film for you. You should do it so well that people take notice of you in this huge star cast and see ye kaun hai, and they write roles for you. And trust me, Umati, that's exactly what happened. When I came out from the premiere, holding my mother's hand like this, I loved the film and I loved being a part of it, but I didn't know how I'm going to be marked. And when I came, I was surrounded for the first time. I tasted success, I tasted stardom. Everyone asked Yash uncle, ये लड़की कहाँ से लाए हैं आप? पाकिस्तान से लाए हैं? मैं 7-8 साल थी इंडस्ट्री में, तो ये सक्सेस पहली बार मिला. तो so yeah, I guess and then I got roles which were all Veer Zara roles, and I stopped work for a year and a half, even though I was very new. Everyone thought I'm crazy because everyone was offering great money, big banners. And I said, नहीं मुझे बोर नहीं होना है एक ही चीज़ करके, मुझे कुछ और करना है. And that's how Dilli Che happened. So I think my journey was always then Dilli Che किया तो everyone started offering me these sexy sensuous roles. Then I did Bhag Milkha Bhag. I became everyone's sister. Then I said, no, I don't want to be everyone's sister. I'm sorry. Then I did Badlapur, and then I was back to being the commercial woman. So it was a fun ride for me to keep surprising people and keep surprising myself. I think that was the mantra of my journey. That still is. Don't like to be given a thappa for anything.
You mentioned that you refused many roles.
Yes.
So is there any particular one that you totally regret refusing?
I don't regret anything. I always feel what's meant for you comes your way. have the patience for it. But what is meant for you and what you're meant for will happen to you. I believe in destiny, but I also believe in a lot of karma.
At the same time, you won a lot of awards for Veer Zara. And you also won the National Award for Irada. So what do awards mean to you, and did the National Award change you?
It didn't change me, it changed the perception around me. Until then everyone would say, oh, she's so good, but she's underrated. इसको ना और अच्छा काम मिलना चाहिए. तो अच्छा तो लगता था सुनने में, but थोड़ा सा गुस्सा भी आता था कि यार लग रहा है कि ले लियो ना, तुम बोल क्या रहे हो? इतना ही हो रहा है तो फिर मार्केट मत देखो, कर लो फिर. You're very good, you're very good. But in this film we have this one. So I'm like, okay, thank you very much. So that was my journey until then. And then the national award happened, and that perception changed suddenly. They were like, it was like here, and rules suddenly. I was the same. My work was the same, but work started pouring in differently. More, what do you say? Market depended suddenly on me as a more substantial actor with gravitas, and I was, of course, very happy. And also, thoda sa amused, but yes, very honored to have received the national award.
What's the favorite thing about being an actress and about your craft? What do you like the most?
About being an actress is the love I get. See, all of you have come on a Sunday evening to meet me. अच्छा लगता है ऐसी importance मेरी life में. इतने important So that's a perk of being an actor, of course. And I think otherwise, very few people get to do what they really want to do and earn out of it. And I consider myself very fortunate. And this is a kind of a profession where every day you dig a well. It's not like I've arrived. No, you haven't. Every day you've proven yourself. Like, please watch Sharma Ji Ki Beti. It's on Amazon Prime.
I was coming to that.
वो बात करते करते निकला. So I'm saying एक फिल्म आई, उसके बाद फिर दूसरी पे काम आपको फटफट करना है. ऐसा नहीं कि ओह आज तो मुझे सब क्रिटिक्स ने ऐसा बोल दिया कि शो स्टीलर हो तो हो गई मेरी जिंदगी. Said no, you have to keep up. You have to keep working. I think this is why I guess I've been around for 30 and I intend being around for another
30.
Yeah, 30.
So, coming to Sharma Ji Ki Beti, it's on Prime. It's a new OTT release, a movie. And what I felt about it, it was a light-hearted take on the serious subjects in our surroundings, what's happening, especially about feminism and about women empowerment. Your role in that is pretty tough because I feel you're such a vivacious and outgoing and very strong woman, but you're playing something kind of opposite in a way. You're strong in it, but you don't show it.
But Madhavi, we all are strong women, but we are also very vulnerable. आप थोड़ी ऐसे झंडे लेके ही पैदा हुए थे कि I'm very strong. There's a very soft and vulnerable side to each of the. I'm sure that all these women out here have fought their challenges beautifully and emerged stronger. So we've all seen our lows to have the strength to, just see life and face life and emerge stronger. And this role of Kiran Sharma, who's one of the Sharma Ji Ki Betis, comes from a small town. And she doesn't really know what to do with herself because she's so emotionally dependent on her family. तो उससे कोई बात ही नहीं करता मुंबई जैसे बड़े शहर में. तो I think for me, I find that vulnerable quality still in myself. I want my friends to talk to me. नहीं सुनेंगे तो बहुत जोर से गुस्सा आता है, हर्ट भी होता है कि बात नहीं की. तो वो है और वो होना भी चाहिए. Why should you lose your vulnerable self because you become slightly stronger? I think I carry them both with me. And but I'm glad that somebody did give me such a ऐसा role and gave me a soft vulnerable role with all its craziness, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Playing a superwoman, having all these crazy fantasies. So it's been a joyride, and I think Tahira gave me some beautiful moments, and I'm loving the response. So please, आज Sunday है, अगर आप लोग कुछ और नहीं करें तो देखिएगा फिल्म और मुझे DM करिएगा Insta पे. It would be nice.
There's a scene in it where you're really angry with your husband and you're imagining him murdering him in different ways. imagine such things?
I'll tell you, we were at the premiere. I actually heard people clapping on that scene. I said, "Kitne gusse mein baithe ho gaye apne husband se." So they were like clapping away. But I guess it's not just about a husband-wife thing. It's about anyone. किसी पे गुस्सा आता है तो आप मन में 10 बार तो मार चुके होते हो उसको, फिर ठीक हो जाते हो. Like we even in therapies you're given these pillow exercises. इसको सोचो कि ये वो है और उसको मौका मारो. You don't go and killing people, but I do my punches for sure. And yeah, I think it's a good therapeutic thing. But this was slightly crazier the way it was, but fun. And it was a one-shot thing. I remember we did at least 50 takes for it, retakes rather. But a fab journey.
It can be made in another series. How to Murder Your Husband.
I would rather not, yeah. I'd rather have a good one.
So, you think because this has this theme of feminism and women empowerment, do you think as a celebrity you have to voice it, and your movies or your choices in what you do in your roles, does it impact society? Do you need to do such things, or it's only actor's role is only meant for entertainment?
No, I don't think so. I guess हमें खुद को बहुत seriously नहीं लेना चाहिए. देखो मैंने किया, आप इसको invite करो. Lekin it's on people and the audience what they take. They might take my role from a certain film and say, yeah, I really like it, because visual mediums are very strong. What you show them there without underlining it is something they take back. For me, I guess feminism is all about a freedom of making your own choices. It's not about saying I'm better or anything. I just feel कि आपको हक होना चाहिए कि आप अपनी जिंदगी की choices decide कर सकें. I was lucky that my mother stood by me. मेरे कितने सारे friends हैं. I want to do this. I take so many of women. What do you say? These women motivational sessions. I go to colleges, and I see so many of those girls saying, "Ma'am, I really want to do this, but my parents are not allowing." So I just feel एक मौका सबको मिलना चाहिए life में to live without regrets, to have a hand holding you, to have someone holding you when you fall. बड़ा ज़रूरी है. For me, that is feminism. I feel very lucky that I can decide कि मुझे फिल्में करनी है, कि मुझे शादी करनी है कि नहीं करनी है, कि मुझे गलत इंसान मिला, मुझे उसके साथ रहना है कि नहीं रहना है. ये मेरी choices and I'm very proud of them. Even if there might be mistakes or not, but they're mine.
Not everyone is so lucky though, or not everyone is so strong.
No, don't make me out to be like this. I'm a very normal person. But see, it's your choices, absolutely. Like, I had 2 ways to go in my movies. Had I gone doing only these kind of roles, I would be like a billionaire right now, with a very bored life. But I chose the other path. So it's again your choice. What you want to do, and everyone says, "यार तूने पिक्चर छोड़ दी, कहाँ छोड़ दी?" तो कुछ ना तो बोलने पड़ते हैं अपने वाले हाँ के लिए. And I think that is, if you call strength, then yes, I'm strong.
Is there any particular role that you took back home, like it stayed on with you, or it traveled you?
One I told you about.
Yeah.
There was another short film which we did called Zindagi Shots, which was called Sleeping Partner, which was a film on marital rape.
I've seen it.
तो मेरे साथ मेरे मतलब दोस्त थे वो संजय कपूर साथ में played my husband, and we were laughing and just cracking jokes while shooting for it. But when I came back, I was very suffocated, and I didn't know what to do with myself. And I cried, and I said, "क्या हुआ? Why am I so upset?" And I realized I brought the role back home. And at that particular moment, you feel fortunate, and I think you live so many lives कि आप उतनी ही देर के लिए वो feel कर रहे हैं. Imagine the women who live through it all their lives. So yeah, sometimes these things happen, but you need to know how to. Now I know how to disconnect.
What about like you must be getting bouquets and brickbats. How do you deal with criticism?
Brickbats कम मिलते हैं मुझे. ये मैंने शायद कमाया है. वो जो बोलते थे इससे पहले कि कितनी अच्छी एक्टिंग करती है, but ना हमने इसको ले लिया है. तो तारीफ तो मेरी बहुत करते थे, big bags नहीं. And I think somewhere it's a small industry. Somewhere they know how you've come up by yourself without a hand pushing you. I took all these smaller roles and made my presence felt, and now roles are written for me. I don't think I would want to break
Definitely not in the industry, and definitely I'm
वैसे
sure. Yeah.
वैसे भी नहीं देते, मुझे बड़ा प्यार मिलता है.
But what about social media nowadays?
बहुत प्यार मिलता है. सब बोलते हैं
Yeah.
तुमको ट्रोल कम करते हैं लोग, और अगर करते हैं तो मैं उनको I think these faceless remarks that come your way, the best thing is to just block them. So you don't need negativity in your life.
Would you like to read an excerpt from your book?
I don't know. I mean, I'd rather you guys read the book if you've not already. But I don't know, as everyone says.
And what about after this? Is there something planned? A third book?
I'm planning a book of short stories for children. मेरे घर में मेरे niece और nephew हैं 8 साल और 6 साल, और उनको लगता है मैं उनसे भी छोटी हूँ, 0 years old, and हर रात को मुझसे कहानी सुनते सोते हैं. So I felt if I'm doing this, I might as well write some stories.
So would it be illustrated or just on text?
I have no clue. I'm very random again. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do it surely.
And what about your future projects about OTT and movies?
Those of you who are very fond of music and this amazing series called Bandish Bandits, I'm on the series. So I'm going to make my debut in the second season. And then there is a film called Chhava with Vicky Kaushal. And then there is a film called Ek Ruka Hua Faisla. Again, we've all seen it in the 80s में ये film आई थी, बहुत cult film थी. So this is like an adaptation of that. And then there is another web show and a few films that now I'm shooting.
Wonderful. So before we open up questions for the audience, I want to have a little rapid fire. Everybody loves it.
Everybody loves it.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I thought you are a very aram se wali city, like rapid. Okay.
We try to be rapid, but we can't.
It's good. It is so nice. Yes.
By the way, she's just come from Pench and she was very lucky to see a leopard and a tiger.
मुझे लग रहा है मैं ट्रॉफी लेकर आई हूँ कि मैंने लेपर्ड और टाइगर दोनों इसलिए मुझे क्यों गाली दे रहे हैं? इसमें मेरा कोई ईगो नहीं है.
हम लेपर्ड और टाइगर के लिए ताली बजा रहे हैं जिन्होंने आपको देखा.
Good ones are also good name. Sandeep, what a lovely answer. Thank you.
What do you think of a city, by the way?
I wish I could stay longer, but I'd love to come again. But thank you so much. Sunday को इतने प्यारे लोग इतने ध्यान से सुन रहे हैं, and I can feel the vibe. I think जिंदगी जो होती है उसने vibes पे चलती है. Movie sign करो वो भी vibes पे करती हूँ. And I'm glad I came here, and I would really like to thank you again, and thank you Mrinal for pushing me to be here again, and lovely people out here, each and every one, all years I can see it. सब बड़े ध्यान से सुने, कोई मोबाइल पे नहीं है, I love it.
So let's start with the not so rapid fire.
Okay.
Your favorite movie of all time?
मेरी की किसी और की?
किसी और की?
चुपके चुपके ऋषिकेश मुखर्जी.
And yours?
36 times.
And yours? Yours?
मेरी तो लोग बताएं. I can't say मेरी favorite movie है. I guess you should ask.
Anyone from the audience?
Every movie she nails in every movie, but one specific movie is Delhi 6, where she played a character of Jalebi. Strike me, it's amazing.
What's her name?
Gaurav, our Gaurav.
I agree with you, R. Gaurav. Thank you so much. I realize I really enjoy doing the DJ myself very much.
I can understand because I happen to be an actor as well.
Okay.
I'm an aspiring actor, so I can understand.
Good luck to you.
A must-read book according to you?
Must-read book. The Secret.
The Secret.
I would say Thomas Hardy में मैं अगर fiction पढ़े तो I'm an ardent fan of Amrita Pritam, so I would say a CD ticket in Hindi. And else, Thomas Hardy. Yeah, I mean, Satyajit Ray short stories, amazing read. I think हर एक की choice अपनी होती है यार. I can't say सुनो मुझे ये अच्छा लगा तुम भी यही पढ़ो. It's an educated society में they read what they like. मेरी किताब पढ़ लेना. This. Sorry, I should have come to the point.
Would you like to play Amrita Rhythm?
And toes and everything. This is my dream role, absolutely.
Imagine you win the director's lottery. Who would you pick?
Zoe Akhtar.
But I don't think you would look lovely even in the role, any role in Mandi.
Please, मैं बहुत सुन चुकी हूँ ये. मैं तो संजय बंसाली को बताना पड़ेगा. But I guess it's because of the poetry and everything. I don't know what that is, but I have received so many messages and so many social media stuff saying you should have been in Hiramandi.
You really love poetry, so would you like to recite something for us?
Yeah, I guess यहाँ की audience के लिए I'll recite something my brother has written. I'm sure you've seen it on the Kapil Sharma show. वो पढ़ दो. अपने बराबर कर दो ना. आप तब तक मुझसे कोई सवाल पूछ सकते हैं. नहीं. तुमने कहा था हम एक ही हैं, तो अपने बराबर कर दो ना. नापी जब मैं बदलती हूँ, तुम दूध की बोतल भर दो ना. बस यूं ही एक है करके कहाँ जिंदगी चलती है. कभी तुम भी सर दबा दो मेरा, ये भी कम एक करती है. जब मैं भी ऑफिस जाती हूँ, तुम भी घर को संवार दो ना. तुमने कहा था हम एक ही हैं, तो अपने बराबर कर दो ना. मत करो वादे जन्मों के, इस पर खुशी की वजह दो ना. कभी बाजारों से ध्यान हटे, तो मकान को घर भी कर दो ना. आओ पास बैठो, कुछ बातें करें, कभी दिल के जख्म भी भर दो ना. तुम एहसासों को समझो ना. तुमने कहा था हम एक ही हैं, तो अपने बराबर कर दो ना.
What was the story or the inspiration behind this particular verse?
I'm very amazed. My brother wrote it, and man writing it, I think makes it even much bigger. And it received a lot of love. And then, of course, Kapil was very gracious enough to tell me to read it out, and it just became crazily viral. And the one I wrote, Mr. Bachchan was very sweet enough to say, "Suniye, agar aapki ijazat ho to hum ise post kare." It was so lovely. So yeah, I guess it's just expression, and it just happens impromptu. You just don't decide कि अब हम ये लिखेंगे. वो हो जाता है.
This is what we hope all the men think like, equality for everyone, women and men. I
Hope so too. Absolutely.
Okay, the next one. Besides the legendary Amitabh Bachchan, which Bollywood actor inspired you?
Shah Rukh. For the co-star that he is. Very, very helpful, very charming, and total fun to be with. I would love to work with him again.
Who, according to you, is the brightest new star?
कितने हैं? अब तो talent भर गया है. New star as new. Ranveer is very good. Alia is very good. Jai Balawat is very good.
Any new movie or OTT platform or any short film that you really liked recently?
Panchayat. I just went back to. I just thought it's such a feel because I come from a small town. और मुझे वो बचपन में ये सब चीजें देखी हुई है. ये पंचायत वाला घर और यहाँ के ये लोग और इतने सिंपल प्यारे लोग. क्या हो गया?
Everybody loves Panchayat, so they're discussing about this.
Yeah, तो सब पंचायत discuss करेंगे.
And one movie you thought was overrated and
do you think I will be politically incorrect and say it here? No way. There's so many.
He won't tell anyone.
Of course. Thanks.
If you could hope for a movie remake, any old movie, which is being made again, remake. So, and you would like to play a character in that, which would be?
One has been fulfilled. I did kind of a Mother India in a Punjabi film called Ma. So that was beautiful. And another one I would really love to do probably would be either a Bandini or Pakiza.
What movie did you recently watch that you wish that you were in it?
सारी की सारी ऐसे ग्रीडी एक्टर ऐसे भूखे एक्टर से आप पूछे मुझे लगता है ये क्यों कर रही है तो मैं करती no but I do feel they're doing such an amazing job but that hunger always says I should have done it. I mean all my co-actors all my colleagues are doing excellent jobs what they're doing but yeah I mean I think that's why because of roles इतने layered हैं कि आपको लगता है आपको वो सब करना है ये दिल मांगे बहुत always.
What one burning question you wish that we asked and we didn't?
I'm very satiated. I'm having you. What about? I don't want any burning questions here. But I must congratulate you all for where you live. मैं बहुत environment में मानती हूँ और मुझे लगता है ये जो एक balance हम सब भूल जाते हैं बनाना especially बड़े शहरों में या whatever यहाँ बड़ी खूबसूरती से नजर आता है कि सब एक साथ coexist करते हैं. So I like this space. I love the greenery. I love everything here. It's beautiful and congratulations for maintaining it in the times of great technology as well.
Thank you, and you're more than welcome to come and settle down here whenever you want. So now that I couldn't ask the burning question, anybody has questions from the audience?
Thank you so much, ma'am. This is fan moment for me, the way you had experience during the time of legendary Amitabh Bachchan's visit. So, I would like to, today only I started seeing that Sharma ji ki betiya, thanks to my husband. So,
Your husband is watching Channa ji?
Yeah. And he only asked me to come and watch the series. And I think,
ये है ना सब?
Where is your husband?
he's here only. And I just love the way you have shifted your emotions. वो लंदन वाला जो ड्रीम था जो आपका zoo पे आके रुक गया and the way you serve that tribute to your that neighbors. I just love that.
Thank you.
And my question is, I'm also a writer and I'm working for the sexual harassment in the society. So I saw lots of examples and I met with lots of experiences in which the misuse of feminism was there. And lots of males were the victim of these sexual harassments and all. But sometimes as a writer, I still believe that I am somewhere restricted while opening up.
मैं हीरा मंडी टू करके रहूँगी. Somebody waving beautifully there with all layers.
Hello, ma'am.
Hey.
First of all, thank you. I can't believe this moment. You happen to be an epitome of character, I would definitely say. And I can say this being an actor, being an aspiring actor.
Ask your question.
Yeah, I'll be precise. Sorry about that. So I just wanted to ask you that, do you happen to be a method actor or what is your character analysis process?
To each their own, my dear, because har ek ka process alag hota hai. So if I tell you my process might be very different from your process, but what suits you? In my case, I'm not a method actor at all. As I said, I'm very random. My every take would be with the different things. So yeah, I believe in improvisation. I believe in the magic of the moment, and I let myself flow. So I don't know कौन से बहाव में आप चले जाएंगे वो नहीं पता, but बहाव में मजा आता है.
That's it. As Meryl Streep is to Hollywood, you're for Hollywood. Thanks a
Oh
lot.
God, thank you. That's a huge management. Thanks. वो white T-shirt जी को दे दीजिए प्लीज. वो कब से से हर तरह से जिस तरह से हाथ उठा सकते हैं उठा चुके हैं.
Very politely is asking for mic for that.
Yeah. So we go for the last 3 questions. I'm sure सबको plans है.
The last 3 questions and keep your questions short.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. My name is Sandeep Yantai and belong to Odisha. और जैसे मैडम आपने कहा कि हर किसी को एक मौका मिलता है, तो मुझे लगता है आज की शाम वो शायद है. ये कुछ मैं दिखाना चाहता हूँ. इससे पहले एक्चुअली मैं गुवाहाटी में पोस्टेड था और ये मेरी फोटो है. आप थोड़ा दिखा दीजिए मैडम को. महामुनि द्रौपदी मैडम के साथ थोड़ा बस दिखा दीजिए. तो ये मेरी मैडम के साथ मेरी बातचीत हुई थी और मैडम के साथ मैंने चाय भी पी थी. मैडम ने मेरे को दिल्ली भी बुलाया था.
Your question, please.
मैडम मेरे पास कुछ मिशन है जिसको मैं करना चाहता हूँ अपने लाइफ में, और अगर आप मेरे को सपोर्ट करेगी तो मैं वो कर सकता हूँ.
जी ऐसी चीजें ना सवालों में नहीं हो पाएंगी. आपको बकायदा मुझे लिखकर भेजना पड़ेगा.
आप अपना सामने
we'll talk after this rather than make it a question.
आपकी मिशन मैंने कनेक्ट कर दी.
जी
मैं पिछले 2 साल से मैं ब्रेन ट्यूमर से मतलब आई एम सफरिंग फ्रॉम दैट, एंड बिफोर कुछ हो जाए मैं चाहता हूँ मैं कुछ करके जाऊँ. तो आपका थोड़ा सपोर्ट चाहिए.
चलो आप बड़ी खूबसूरत दिख रही हो और उससे भी ज़्यादा खूबसूरत आपकी आवाज़ है.
Your voice is also very nice.
Thank you.
लग रहा है अभी आप जी बोलने लगे.
So मैम सवाल ये है कि how you manage your personal and professional life and the time management about that.
I let it flow. I have my priorities. I know today I have to be here. Then what is the next thing I really want to do? Is it that I want to go sleep? Is it that I want to meet someone? I do need to go back home to family. If I'm on a long schedule, I love playing with the kids. I love my me time. I love being a bacha. I love doing my Golgappa sessions. मुझे normalize रखती है चीजें. And of course, work happens, and I love that hard-work wala life where you're here and there and everywhere, and it feels great.
So basically just go with the flow, like just.
I go with the flow.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I think that's the okay. One last final short question, please.
Ma'am, my question is, गिप्पी जैसी मूवी जो actually insecurities को target करती है for teenagers. What was your reaction जब आपको वो narration सुनाया गया था?
I guess we all go through that. मुझे तो इसलिए वो फिल्म याद है क्योंकि मुझे बहुत लास्ट मिनट वो फिल्म मैं कई ट्रैक्स पे जा रही थी पहाड़ों में और मुझे करण जौहर के ऐसा फोन आया था कि जो भी कर रही है मत करिए, आप ये फिल्म करिए, हमारे डेट्स हो गए. ये कौन सी फिल्म है? And then they told me about it and I thought it was a very endearing film. And that's when I said I didn't realize that I played my mother. And उसकी लाइन है जो मैं आज तक याद रखती हूँ. When the daughter asks the mother when the father is getting married again, and she says, "Are you upset?" So she says, "बहुत कम लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो आपकी सब कमजोरियों को जानते हो और फिर भी तुम्हें प्यार करें." So that is true that, and yeah, I guess I just did it because it's such a beautiful one, and you again see the teenagers in this film, Sharma ji ki beti, with a different problem altogether. So yeah. एक संदीप जी आपसे बात किए बिना हम नहीं जाएंगे. आपने इतना अच्छा बोला तो एक सवाल आप पूछ लीजिए. But pleasure. Thank you so much. And thank you. Any questions?
She's asking.
I prefer a good story with a kick-ass director. It can be anywhere. कितना प्यार इस फिल्म को मिल रहा है. I doesn't matter कहाँ देख रहे हैं आप, अपने घर पे देख रहे हैं, but हाँ थिएटर में अगर फिल्में होंगी तो उसका जादू अलग है. But but yes, this is lovely too.
We're just happy to see you anywhere. So please just do work, good work.
Yes.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.
And it's been wonderful, and we loved it. Loved having you here.
Thank you so much, जी. ऐसे तो आखिरी होगा नहीं सर.
ये सवाल आपको पसंद आएगा.
जी सर. फरमाएं.
जो कुछ आप लिखते हैं
जी.
वो ख्यालों में आता है या फिर आप रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी से उठाते हो?
जी दोनों का एक मिश्रण होता है जब आप लिखते हैं. कुछ आप जिंदगी से उठाते हैं. अगर आपसे बात की तो मैं शायद मोटिवेट यहाँ से हूँ, लेकिन कुछ उठाऊंगी अपने जहन से. So it has to be दोनों का एक प्यारा सा मिश्रण. So और
आप खास तौर से किस पे काम करते हो? ये तो जाहिर बात है कि हम रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी से ही लेते हैं.
नहीं, मैं खुद पे ही ज्यादा काम करती हूँ हर प्रकार से. लिखने में भी और अदरवाइज.
Thank you so much. And
maybe the last one should be from the Raisonis, I'm sure, or something, because it's been...
Yeah, before that, I'll just ask, who do you find the most handsomest man in the film industry?
फिर आप क्या करेंगी उसके बारे में पहले तो मुझे बताएं कि मैं 10 लोगों को नाराज करूं, उसका कुछ फायदा तो नहीं.
Or we disagree?
No, that's not worth it at all. Thank you.
Okay, one last question.
One last from
the
the
Raisonis.
Raisonis, then we can wrap it.
Everybody's asked all their questions, but one thing that really stuck with me was your bond with your mother, because I share that with mine. She's my best friend. So I guess my question for you would be what is the one thing that your mom has left you with? Like, I know she's given you everything, but one thing when in your darkest of times or in your happiest of memories, you think of it and you're like, I am who I am, my mother, but this is what I hold closest to me.
It can never be that one thing with mothers. It's a whole, each thing that you have is your mother's. मैं तो I think वैनिटी मैन में भी बैठती थी तो 15 फोन माँ को करती थी कि लिपस्टिक का शेड कौन सा होगा, साड़ी का ब्लाउज ये पहनो कि ये पहनो, डायलॉग ऐसे बोलूं कि ऐसे बोलूं. माय मदर वुड से अब प्लीज शर्मा जी की बेटी देखी वो माँ बिल्कुल वैसी, तो मेरा फोन रख दे अब तू. So it used to be like that, but then suddenly after she left, I thought कि अब मैं किससे पूछूं, and I mean, where do I look for my answers? Because that's only one person who's so unconditional with their love for you. And I think I thought I will get my answers within, and now she's stuck here. Any question that comes, I ask within, and trust me, वो answers कड़क आते हैं एकदम से, बढ़िया आते हैं. तो माँ का जो भी सलाह होती है वो what she actually told me is accept life the way it is. You should not keep fighting कि ऐसा कैसे हो गया और मेरे साथ क्यों हो गया. वो तो हो गया, अभी इसको एक्सेप्ट करो और इसको फेस करना सीखो. I think that gives you सीधा stage 3 of just facing life the way it has been thrown at you. And you're lucky that you have 2 mothers here. So great. And thank you so much, everyone. And
Ma'am, you've had a wonderfully remarkable journey, and it's been very... You've had a remarkable journey so far. The way you described it, your prowess in writing, your mother's unconditional support, taking up acting and working with the people you looked up to. You were an absolute joy to listen to, and I believe the entire audience would agree with me. So I'd like to ask Dr. Mrinal to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Abra. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for one and all present here. In spite of Sunday, people took pain to be here and being here. So, before proceeding a formal vote of thanks, I would like to ask one actually last question to Divya ma'am.
आपको मना नहीं कर सकती जी.
Thank you. The stars in my sky, those who brightened my film journey. You have been with hundreds of people, met numerous people, numerous characters, but the people you chose for the book, what exactly one thing you felt that you want this person in my book, and why readers should read it?
So there are lots of them I wanted in the book, but the book can be as much and not more. Yeah, so the first person I would think would be Mr. Bachchan.
And he's the first there.
And he's the first chapter I wrote on. And then Shabana ji. And then I love this generation. I just love them. Then, of course, Gulzar Saab, Javed Saab, Nasiruddin Shah, Sham Benegal, and the co-actors that I have worked with, and the directors that I have worked with. तो जिनके साथ journey में कुछ सीखा, कुछ ऐसा लगा that something changed in me with, while working with them. Those are a part of this one, and I must share this with you. The reactions I got from them, because when you write on them, you have to share it with them. Were amazing. So, हमें कितनी बार एक दूसरे को ये कहने का मौका मिलता है that we really thank you and we love you. So this book was that, and when I wrote their chapters on them, they were either speechless, or they cried, or they hugged me tight. And for me, that's a treasure that I take back with these 23 chapters that I've written.
And we suggest all that surely read this book. The book is really nice. We also read it. And you will surely find some of the other story to learn something from the Amitabh Bachchan to Shah Rukh Khan, or people who she lost also during the journey. She mentioned them also in that book. So would request all to please read the book. We have a bookstall there. Crossword has their bookstall out there. You can get the book and read it. Thank you so much once again to Divya ma'am for accepting our invitation, and really sorry bothering you a lot.
Not at all, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And the huge thank I would like to give to the person who doesn't like a personality cult at all, and he always says व्यक्ति से कौतुक करायची गरज नाही है. So again, I would like to thank Mr. Sunil Raisoni, because of him we are able to listen such sessions, such quality sessions, and meet such people at the literature festival that we are hosting here in Nagpur. So huge thank you to Mr. Sunil Raisoni for coming out present here, and his support system, Mrs. Shobha Raisoni, because of her he is able to support us. So big round of applause for her also. And thank you so much, one and all present here, Madhavi ma'am, for accepting our request. Our guest Prashant Zabolkar sir, DIGP CRPF. Dr. Ravina Wali, who always coordinated with us for this. Mr. Amit Gandhare, because of whom we are able to deal with the PR and all the arrangements here. And a great thanks to Chitnavis Center for partnering with us for this particular session series. And thank you all of you to be here, and a great round of applause for our anchor today, Ms. Afra Iqbal. She is a student at Madhavi Naidu College, and she did a very good hosting today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, one and all present here. Thank you once again.